Hi everyone, this is Jeannie Ellis, also known as Scrapbooking Mama. Today I'm going to be making some jewelry using product from the Beebeecraft video haul. Stay tuned now. So today I'm going to attempt to make a necklace, and I'm going to use this bead, clear crystal bead that I had in my stash, and I've already got some jump rings on there. Then I'm going to use a bell. Now that's called a pinch bell because you pinch to open it and to close it. So the first thing I want to do is figure out which way I want my larger piece to be, and I want it right here because I'm going to add beads to it along the side. So I'm going to do a bead like that, and then I'm going to do a cone by cone bead, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and a bicone bead, and then another bead on each side, and then a bicone again, just on each side, another one, and I'm just going to keep going like that until I come to a point where I need to stop. So I'll be right back. Okay, now this is what I've got so far. Okay, I added a wire guardian, and I've shown you before how to do these. You can look at my different necklaces in the past. And now on this one though, I did not add a crimp bead there. I just tied it off and then I twisted it around to secure it. So we're going to start at one end now of the necklace. Let me put these over here. Now this wire is, because it's so thin, it is pretty easy to get twisted up, so you gotta be careful. You can start at any end that you want to. I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to start with these beads over here, the bicones. There's like 6 of them, and this isn't going to be a real long necklace either if I play my cards right. So I'm going to add 3 first. And I'm going to pull it down to the end where that wire guardian is. And I'm going to get that excess wire in here into these other pieces. And I'll have to adjust the wire on it. It's bent like that, like I've got it, you may not see it, but because it's so thin. If it's bent though, it's not going to go through. Here we go. Because that way I can kind of hide that short strand there in the beads and give it more stability too. Okay, so I've got 3 there, just like this. And there's the wire guardian, and it looks fine. It looks good. So I'm going to add the rest of them on. Okay, so I changed up a little bit. Instead of doing these spacers, I decided to go ahead and do the rhinestone spacers because I'm going to be using this piece here as the pendant. The bell that I got, I called it a pinch bell, but it's not. It's a snap bell, and I will show you how to use it here in a little bit. But I'm going to continue changing out my pieces there and wrapping them, going around with my wire, and I'll be right back. Okay, now it's time to show you what I do. Now, a lot of pendants that you would use the snap bail on, they would have a soldered in loop in there instead of a jump ring. This one doesn't have that, but I'm going to put the bail between these two places right here, right between those two rhinestones. And all you have to do, and this is why they call it snap, is take it in. You know, when I was doing this off camera, it was really easy. And there you have it. And it looks really good. It matches well and everything. That's why I changed it, because my pendant didn't look right with the other. So if, for some reason, it's too loose, then what you need to do is take your flat nose pliers and just kind of squeeze, but with this, you're going to have to squeeze down here. I think what I'll do is move it around so that way I don't break a rhinestone or something. So I'm just going to pinch it a little bit. Now, it's not called a pinch bell though, and it's closed now. Pull it back around, and since that's my next step, I'm going to pull it right through the wire, or the wire through it, and go along my merry way. And I do like the gold better on it, so it looks much better. Now, this isn't going to be a long necklace. And I did it that way on purpose. You can make a necklace whatever size you want it to be. So I'm just continuing on around what I have laid out. I wish I had used my bead tool now, but I forgot. I'm not used to it yet, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to keep on going, and I'll be right back. Now I'm going to put in the other end of the wire guardian. It's basically the same way, if I can see the hole. They are very tiny on these. I probably should have cut it down because I've got it really, really long, but I always like to put longer, put more wire than necessary, because I'm afraid if I don't, I will run out of wire. Okay, now I need to get me some chain so that way I can connect it and so it'll fit better. You can clearly see it's not going to fit my neck. It's not that big enough. It's not big enough for my neck. So, which I knew I was going to have to add. But I'll go get that and I'll be right back. Okay, I got this chain that I got from a friend of mine. Okay, so now I've got to put a ring, jump ring, on the other side, and I will have to make some adjustment to it so hopefully it'll match better. But I don't have a smaller one, so we're going to see how this does. Let me check something here real quick. Put this on, and then I'm going to put this on, and I'll recheck the length. So be sure when you do all this that you're checking everything. You're making sure that everything fits right, or fits the same. Every bead is in the same place. The next one down. Now this I'm going to have to trim there because it was a partial link. So we've got to take it off. Now let's go back to this one. Get the hook on it, or ring, I should say. Now we want to get the ring for this size, and it's hung up tight there. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we have the end, and now see, it's going to be way too long, so I need to trim off some of that because I didn't realize it's going to be that long, and I didn't want it that long, so we're going to trim off some. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and cut some. Now we need to measure because we don't want it to be too long on one side and shorter on the other. I actually think I'm going to make it go to 21 here. Let's see what it does if I put it in there. Let's go to the mid on it. Okay. Now it's in the middle, right there. So I'm going to trim it off at 21. Or it might be easier if I just trim it right there at the cut, at the end. Okay. There we go. And same thing over here. Now you can measure or cut the lengths, count the lengths, I mean, if you want to. There we go. Now I need to put the hook. There we go. Now if you wanted to make it longer, you could add an extender on one of the ends. Well, I don't know what happened to the rest of the video, but as you can see, I've got a complete set now using those green beads and those little bicones that are so pretty. I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye for now. Many blessings.